Well, guys, here we have it. The first release of a Cars 3 veteran since 2022. Yep, 2022. It's been 4 years since we last got on a Cars 3 veteran in the mainline, and they chose Speedy Comet, who is not a bad choice on first glance. Until you remember his last release was in 2021 in a two-pack with Parker Breakston. So yeah, um, not the not my first choice I would have done. I would have probably done like Bobby, Cal, Blake, at least the ones that spoke. I mean, I got a Cal technically did get a variant in the Racing Rescue line last year, which felt like a teaser for the Cars Stock Cars coming back. But no, Speedy is our only Cars Stock Car we're getting this year, which is a little disappointing. I feel like they could do a lot more. At least for the ones that didn't appear in Cars line. You could re-release Bobby Rochester, Lane Locke, heck, even Jimmy Cables, who also came out in 2021. I mean, I feel like he would have been a better choice than Speedy here again. But, it is what it is. I'm just glad a Car Stock Car crawled out of the vent and made its way onto the 2026 mainline. Hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at Speedy Comet. So let's go over the packaging. We're taking a look, we can see his nice color, which was introduced in 2019 Blue Desert, when he first got released from Thailand, so that's pretty cool. Very slick. The color logo, Speedy Comment, the diecast itself. And on the back, he is in Cars 3, so good job, Mattel, you got the movie right. We have only Speedy and Chris, because at the time of Speedy's release, Chris is the only Cars 3 item that could be bought with him, as both were in Case A of this year. And yeah, both have not been hard to find. I've seen multiples of both at Target, so they're not going to be very rare at all. It's made in China, and we have the glossy card back. So yeah, that does it for the packaging, and I'll be right back with Speedy all opened up. Alright, so here's Speedy out of the package, and I gotta say, he actually doesn't look too bad coming from New China. But let's show a picture of where he appeared in Cars 3 before we get into the full-on review of him. Of course, he's a background racer, but he actually did get a couple of good shots, especially in that first race when McQueen was passing him, and he just looked up at him and was like, "Bro, but I wanted to win." McQueen's like, "Nah, I'm the main character. You get out of my way, bro." I really like that scene in Cars 3. I think it was pretty funny. Of course, after that, he does get replaced by the next-gen Blinker racer, Ryan Inside Laney, who's this guy here. And he's got a lot more releases than him. Both the Blinker racers, I would say, have gotten more releases in their lifetime than any other cars we stock on next-gen pair. So yeah, we'll do some more comparisons with him later. But yeah, as for Speedy's releases, he was first released for the first time in 2018 as part of that launcher series that also included Brighton Spark, Carsley Floyd, and McQueen. They also did a Brick Yardley, and they were going to a Chip Gearings launcher, but that got canceled. So yeah, it was on that weird launch line that gave us 3 stock cars that eventually all got released in the following years. And then he got released from Thailand under the 2019 Blue Desert line, and then he also got a 2020 two-pack release with Parker Breakston, and that same two-pack carried on into 2021. And that was about it for Speedy. Oh yeah, he also got a 11-pack released made in Vietnam. So he's been making quite a journey from China, Thailand, Vietnam, and now back to China again. But of course, the way China does things now is a lot more similar to how Thailand used to do them than the way China used to do it from 2006 all the way up to mid-2018. Now, taking a look at the diecast itself, we can see that he has a pretty nice smile, He is the Bobby Swift model. This guy here, this is Bobby Swift, so yeah, he does have the same eyes pretty much, but the mount is actually different because instead of the closed mount, he has an open mount, And I kind of like this more. It just kind of exemplifies his personality compared to the closed mount, which half the time you can't even see whether it's like smiling or not from a distance. So yeah, I'm really glad they gave him a little smile and they kept it consistent. He does have blue eyes with a little bit of eye shadowing underneath, which is pretty nice. With the Blink logo connecting engine to engine. So I'm assuming it's kind of like LinkedIn in the Cars universe, connecting how how LinkedIn connects people to people. Blink is pretty much that. Although I will say the decal looks not the best. It's a little fuzzy. Like I can read the connecting engine to engine, but oh god, those decals. That decal does not look good. I think it's that inkjet way of doing it that's making it look so blurry. But yeah, we have the spokes down here. A little bit of paint quality control there. right above his grill and headlights. So good job, Mattel. Good job. The 21 on the lead's left headlight here. We have some like weird molecule-like shape things on his sides here with the vents. He does have the light year text on the fenders and it's on both sides. And yet again, another decal that looks like it's a motion blur. My favorite. But yeah, anyways, we have his rims, which is actually a nice color, which are actually nice wheels. I love like the blue wheel with the yellow, the orange trim. Many races don't even get the trim, so I'm glad they actually added it on Speedy. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we have the contingency sponge, which are Pisica, Violin, Vivaldi, Opium, Nitrate, Octagate, and Clutch Aid. I gotta say, those decals actually look pretty clear. Probably the clearest I've seen them. Now, I mean, if we compare them like to someone like McQueen, I mean, they're not amazing, but like, actually, Pisica, yeah, man, actually, they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Wow, actually, let me compare them to Bobby. I feel like that would be make a little more sense. Yeah, the decals aren't great, but actually not horrible either. Like I can actually read most of them. I'm not vibrant, so good job, new channel. You actually are improving with the contingency sponsors. Of course, we have 21 alongside these weird blue and more of these blue and orange molecules. We have a black arrow to indicate the picker wheel to lift them up, but to change the tires. The Blinker logo on the sides, and this is where the fade kind of happens. You know, you had orange for like the top and the front, and it slowly transitions into this blue color, which is pretty nice. So many paint chips on this guy. Goodness. Okay, these can be rubbed off, thankfully. So, yeah, I got it off. But yeah, 21 on the top here with the molecule shapes. I'm just gonna call them molecules because they look like molecules. And then this back bar is completely blue, which is pretty good. Oh, yikes! So that Blinker logo, that doesn't look good. Jesus Christ. I mean, I thought the front one was bad, but I mean, at least you can read it somewhat. Yeah, it's not great. The blue is not, yeah, it's very fuzzy. But anyways, here are the molecules. Again, another chip here. What the heck's going on with my Speedy? Okay, I think I got it off. I think. But we didn't chip it. Yeah, Blinker logo. On the back, we have connecting engine to engine on the spoiler, the Blinker logo with the taillights, and a camera that gets some cool back shots. Back view of the camera. Sorry, probably should have worded that better, but yeah, we have the 21 below the left. No, the right taillight. Goodness gracious, I can't talk today. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. This side should be the same. Thankfully, the decals here don't look like the motion blurred, but light takes doesn't look great. And here is the base. 355 EAA, so the 350 a day of 2025 for the EAA factory. So yeah, that does it for Speedy Comet here. Actually, he's not bad. I think the way New China did him though, not the greatest. Like some of the decals look really bad, and of course that quality control issue with his thing here. Yeah, the funny thing is when I found Speedy, all of them had like some sort of defect, whether it be a chip, motion blur, and that does not look good. But anyways, as long as I don't play with it too much, that should be fine. But yeah, honestly, aside from those, I think he's actually not a bad variant from New China. And he just feels a little weird to touch though, because he does feel almost sticky. Like I know I was kind of like saying something about this in like my Jimmy Luggood review, I think. So yeah, I don't know, it's very weird. But anyways, here he is next to Ryan inside Laney. This is the old China release. I probably should have pulled out the Thailand one because it might look similar in color, but it's fine. Yeah, you can just see how much clearer the decals were from old China. But you can see they got rid of the engine slogan. Of course, replacing the stock car sponsors with the connection sponsors. He did keep the orange to blue transition, but it's a lot less like, it's a lot less natural. It's just more like stripes on the car. Of course, I forgot to mention he does have window bars. Speedy does, and Ryan does too. He just doesn't have any called in on this version. Yeah, I do like the consistent detail that both have blue wheels with a orange trim. Even though Ryan's is metallic, but I think it's a nice detail that they kept in touch. And this is one of the cards that has different sides. So this side is different from this side here, which I think is really cool. Really cool. And here he is next to Bobby Swift. Basically, he was the first of his kind to get released, so that's why a lot of us have been referring to this model as the Bobby Swift model. Yeah, mine's a little, man, my Bobby is a little damaged on the sides here, but he's in mostly good condition. Mostly, I think that was still from the 5-pack he was in. Yeah, I got him in the Paul Comet 5-pack, like a 2018, so it's pretty cool. I really should re-release Bobby again. He hasn't been out since 2022. Like, come on, he's like one of them. He actually spoke in the movie, guys. Come on, you give it on him. But anyways, he was Chip Gearings. I don't know, Corsi Stocko. And one of the new sponsors, you could also do him. I'm just saying, you could also do him. His sponsor wasn't in Cars 1, so like, there's no confusion. So, yeah, this release is good, but also bittersweet because yeah, I mean, the fact that we're only getting Speedy for Cars 3 stock cars is not great because we have so many cool stock cars. Like, again, do want some cars one that made the jump to Cars 3? Like, I understand getting those confused because they're just kind of similar, like Dud Slaughterman, Rex Revelo. They look very similar to Chuck Armstrong and Sage Vanderspin, but these guys, they didn't have cars on sponsors, so counterparts, just do those. Do Chip Gearings, do Jimmy Cables, like, even if you did a Bobby Bautista or a Leighton Lock release, people would go crazy for them because they were only available in a 10-pack and 5-pack. That's not worth $200 or is non-existent. So, yeah, that about does it for the review of Speedy here. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe Quicktire signing out.